Welcome, Sagittarius, to the month of May 2018. I'm Megan of North Star Astrology, and this is another general transits reading for those of you born with your sun, moon, and rising signs in the mutable fire sign of Sagittarius the Centaur. Now, the month starts out on May 1st with Mars sextiling the moon in Capricorn, sextiling the moon in Scorpio, along with your ruling planet, Jupiter. And what this does for you is maybe you can tap into your subconscious mind during your sleep state or dreams, as this is the Piscean natural house, and perhaps you can tap in to your dreams in a harmonious energy connection to the assertive planet of Mars with your second house of money and what you value. Then on May 4th, Uranus trines the moon when the moon goes into your sign of the first house and body to Uranus in Aries in your fifth house of romance and creativity. So now you have a very harmonious trine, a 120-degree angle, or as I like to say, curve, because I don't like the trine and sextiles being referred to as angles. These are the angular houses, though, and with Sagittarius on the first house cusp, if you have it on the ascendant or rising sign, then it is in, or the moon is in, on May 4th, in an angular house. Mind you, this is ruled naturally by Aries, your sister sign, so that is okay in itself, because for yourself and body, you will emotionally embody sudden and electric energy toward your romantic partners. Then on May 6th, the moon goes into your second house of money and what you value, and then squares Uranus in your fifth house. So now this is the more angular energy, 3 houses or 3 signs away: Earth, Fire, Capricorn, Aries, and that happens at 14 hours and 50 minutes before the moon then goes into its last quarter in Aquarius into your third house of communications at 17 degrees 27 minutes. And when that happens, you then have a sextile from the moon to its ruling planet. Since Uranus rules Aquarius, you now have wait a minute here. I'm just double checking. I'm sorry for the pause. Yeah, okay. you now have a short but pleasant, harmonious sextile from your emotional communications to sudden interest in anything you do creatively or with your romantic partner. And then and that happens on May 8th. And then on May 11th, or excuse me, that sextile happened on May 9th. Okay. Then on May 11th, Mars, let's see. Well, now the moon goes into your fourth house of the home, and then sextiles the moon again, only coming around the circle of life and going from your second house of money to your fourth house of the home. So you can, with moon in Pisces, this gives you a spiritual awareness or a spiritual ability to tap into your own financial assertions toward anything to do with your home. Then on May 13th, Mercury, which was in Aries, leaves Aries and goes into Taurus, ruled by Venus, into your sixth house of work and health and service given, which then, let's see, and then after Mercury goes into your sixth house of work, the moon then conjuncts Uranus on pretty much the same day. Yeah, on the same day. So now with this moon Uranus conjunction in your fifth house of romance and creativity, you now have the ability to really emotionally connect to like anything digitally, any kind of like, I guess, digital art, but you connect in maybe sudden attractions, infatuations, whatever it may be. And then on May 15th, that same planet that we've been referring to, the planet Uranus, moves out of Aries and enters Taurus for the next 7 years. And since it's an outer planet, it's a generational planet, so it will stay or transit your sixth house of work, health, and service given for the next 7 years. And then on, let's see, on that same day, Mars trines the moon when the moon goes into Taurus, and Mars is already still in Capricorn for a time. It will literally be, you will literally be able to emotionally connect with your boss or higher up and assertively and positively, harmoniously ask for a raise, which you will hopefully manifest. And then on May 16th, the very following day, Mars leaves Capricorn finally and enters your third house of communications in Aquarius. And then on May 17th, the moon enters your seventh house in Gemini, conjuncting Venus. And so now we have beautiful things happening with your emotional connections with others and business partners and or your significant other. You may very well emotionally identify and communicate with this very mercurial moon placement now that the moon is in your opposite sun sign of Sagittarius. So now moon in Gemini, Venus in Gemini, there could be something very connective there with that conjunction. And then on May 19th, Venus then leaves Gemini and enters Cancer into your eighth house of others as resources and sex, death, and taxes. And it brings more depth or intensity, not necessarily intensity, love, and maybe sentimentality, maybe? I don't know exactly, but with Venus in the eighth house, you will be able to perhaps express more depth in love, as this is the Scorpio house, and Scorpio is more of a hidden nature to this house, but you'll be able to reveal yourself more in a more intimate way, in a loving way, and open up more. And then on May 19th, that was, okay. Then on that same day, the moon enters eventually, May 19th. No, that wasn't the same day. 2 days later, on May 19th, the moon, sextiles the sun from your 8th to your 6th houses. And here again, you can pleasantly, emotionally ask for cooperation and support and or others' resources, as in a good enough raise or promotion for that matter. And then on July 21st, the sun now leaves Taurus and enters Gemini in your 7th house of others and relationships, the relationship house. So now the sun has left Taurus and entered Gemini on May 21st. Now we're coming toward the end of the stretch, and the moon and goes and joins in with the North Northern Moon in Leo. Oh, wait a minute here. You know what? There is a square from, let's see, Pluto. Oh, not even, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's see here. Oh, no, wait. There's not a square yet. The moon enters your 10th house of career and public standing and then trines Pluto in your 2nd house of money. Here again, very much of a time when you can practically manifest money and or a transformational promotion within your career or from your career. And then on May 25th, the moon goes into your 11th house of friendships and then squares Pluto. And this then creates a bit of tension among friends and whatever you're trying to manifest, but just know that as long as you don't use or abuse too much of your ego from the previous aspect or energy, previous energy, then remembering to use tact, you can get along well with friends. And then on May 28th, Mercury, and this is the only, the moon goes into your 12th house, coming full circle into Scorpio, and Mercury then opposes, this is the only opposition for this month, but Mercury opposes the moon, which brings a point of awareness, a 180 point of awareness to health matters and or the work environment and how you communicate therein. Then finally on May 29th, Mercury then leaves Taurus and enters Gemini in your 7th house. I don't know if I have this right. I don't know if I have this right. Oh my goodness. Shoot. Hang on. Mercury. Wait, maybe I do. I'm just gonna... Mercury... That's right. Mercury leaves Aries and enters Taurus. Never mind, I did have it wrong. But anyhow, we end up having a full moon at the tail end of the month, the very last day of the month. We end up having a full moon in your sign, Sagittarius, in your first house of the self and body, which opposes the angular houses. And I apologize for this. Anywho, if you did enjoy, this is where you are. You are here on Earth, and April showers hopefully brought us our May flowers, and that's why I put this here on Earth. And if you did enjoy all of this, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you next month.